at RC, and I'm so happy, so glad that you decided to join us today. Wherever you're watching from, we got people that watch all over the globe, all over, especially here in the U.S. We got people that obviously right here in Georgia. We got people in Atlanta. We got people all over Georgia. We got people in Montgomery, Alabama, and Dothan, Alabama. We got people in Houston. I got my fam watching. They watch RC on Sunday. We got people California. We got people all over the place, man. So east to west coast, north to south, welcome to Face2Face Thursday's edition. I'm so glad that you guys are here, and wherever you're watching from, go ahead and share this link right now as well. So whether you're watching on Facebook or if you're watching on the RC app, which by the way, I've said this a lot, I'm not gonna say it again today. I'll probably say it again the next time I'm on Face2Face. The RC app is the place to be. I'm telling you, it is absolutely amazing. The RC app not only is conducive to getting information from us to you, but it's a great place to stream. It's a great place to watch Face2Face and our Sunday morning services and any other services or any other things we might have coming up in the near future. You want to download the RC app. Facebook be messing up, YouTube be messing up. The RC app is always on time and ready. So please go ahead and download the RC app after this Face2Face so that your life can be blessed. Go ahead and turn on your push notifications as well so you can get information from us. We'll send out information. We even send out, let you guys know when we're actually going live and streaming. So you never miss a Face2Face, and you'll never miss a Sunday morning experience. And again, I'm so glad to be with you guys today who enjoyed last Tuesday from Pastor Byron and the discussion that he talked on grief and losing someone or losing a loved one. It was tremendous for me. I have lost loved ones and people in my life before, and the way that he broke it down, the way that he allowed all of us just to see a different perspective of it was really great. If you haven't watched that, or maybe you are currently going through something like that, loss, and you're just confused and you don't know what to do, I would really encourage you, go back on Facebook or YouTube or the RC app, especially the RC app. Go back and watch that past Face2Face. I promise you that your life will be blessed and you will thoroughly enjoy it. Listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time today. I do want to talk to you guys about the series that we've been in currently on Philippians. Again, I do this every time we're on Face2Face. Pastor Byron is something special. Pastor Byron Horn is special. So the book of Philippians, I said this, I don't really tweet, but I use my Instagram as part of a tweeting thing for me. And so I had posted on my Instagram story just kind of like what I've been hearing and experiencing through this book of Philippians. And one of the things I do, and I encourage you to do it as well, Pastor Byron does really good with letting us know about information that's coming out. So, this month we're going to do Philippians. Next month we'll do whatever. I encourage you to go on ahead and just start reading it ahead of time. I like to do that because what it does is it allows me so that when I'm in Sunday morning or when I'm watching online, I'm able to go back and say, oh yeah, I've heard that before. And it allows me to really engage even more in the sermon. But one of the things that I really enjoyed from this past Sunday, it was in Philippians. It was in chapter 2, verse 6. And Paul is talking about how Jesus decided to live his life. And, we've heard all the time, Jesus came to serve, not to be served. We hear about this idea that, Jesus decided to lower himself off of the mantle that was God and to become man. And every time I get a chance to really deep dive into that, it absolutely blesses me. It blesses my spirit. It blesses my soul to know that there is a creator out there that would not only take out the time and the energy to send down his son to die for us, but to also send out his son to pay the price that we couldn't pay. This idea of being humble or being a person of humility, I wanted to look up the definition before this, and what I heard was this. This is the definition of humility: a modest or low view of one's importance. A modest or low view. So not only did Jesus come to earth and pay the price we couldn't pay, but he also decided to lower himself off of the mantle that was God and became man to be equal with us. And then not only that, decided to go even lower than man and say, listen, I'll become sin. I will go lower than man. I'll become sin and pay a price so that they won't have to pay it. I will be completely in humility. I will deep dive down into the lowest form that I can so that these people will pay a price they don't have to pay. And then I kind of thought this was funny. As just thinking about the low, I started to look at God decided to be, or Jesus decided to be the low man. So then I looked this up. What is the definition of low man? To be the lowest in rank or the least important person. Now we know that Jesus is the single most important person in the Bible and even in our life. But the idea that he said, listen, it's not even necessarily about my importance, more about my posture. I'm going to step down into low. I'm going to step down into low man. I'm going to get as humble and as a man of humility as I can be, to allow us, me and you, to not only not have to pay a price that we owe, but to also die and pay for the sins of the entire world for me and for you. Jesus did that. He did that for us. Let's go back to Philippians. Though he was God, he did not think of equality with God. Though he was God, he didn't think of himself as trying to be equal with God, as something to cling to. He didn't want to hold on to that. So when he came down to earth, he said, listen, I am God. I am his son. I'm all these different things, but I'm not going to cling to that. I'm not going to hold on to that. Instead, he gave up his divine privileges. He took the humble posture of a slave and was born as human being. When he appeared in human form, he humbled himself in obedience to God and died a criminal's death on the cross. He died a criminal's death on the cross, and he paid a price that me and you owed. I believe that today, and I believe that even for the rest of this year, if we decide to take on the posture of humility, if we decide to take on the mindset of humility, Pastor B actually said this on Sunday, that the mindset of Christ is humility. The mindset of Christ is humility. The mindset of Christ is being low. The mindset of Christ is being the low man. The mindset of Christ is being, listen, I'm going to be humble in my approach with people. I'm going to be humble in my way with people. I'm going to be a man or a woman of humility. And what that does is allows you to not only be in a posture of humility, but a mindset of humility, and then a heart of humility as well. Mindset of humility, heart of humility, and posture of humility. That will allow you to love God and to love people in a well way. I'm telling you guys, it will allow you to see people where they are. When you're able to get low and become the low man and get down on people's level, you're able to see why they do the things that they do, why they act the way that they act. Why does your coworker in your cubicle next to you, why is she always in disarray or always in confusion, or don't ever talk nice about nobody? When you get low on their level, you start to realize, man, this is because of how you were raised. It's because of your current situation. It's because of life. It's whatever it may be. It allows you to experience other people's experiences. And I believe that's why Jesus did what he did. Not just to pay a price we couldn't pay, but he wanted to get low because he wanted to understand the natural human temptation, the natural human sins that we deal with, the things that we deal with, and then that way he could take it to the cross. And when he took it to the cross, he didn't take it unbeknownst and just being like, well, I'm just gonna go here and die. No, he said, listen, I want to take on sin. He became sin for me and you. He took it on and paid a price. Come on, guys. He took it on. So he decided to take on the guilt and the shame and the loneliness and the hurt. He decided to take on all of that, all the grief, and he took it to the cross with him and said, listen, I'm going to pay this price that you guys don't have to pay it. Man, listen, I don't know about you, but this blessed me today. It blessed me to know that we serve a God, that we serve a creator that will not only send down his son, but that his son would accept it. Not only would God send down his son, but that his son would say yes to the call and pay a price that we couldn't pay and become the low man. Jesus became the low man so that we could become the high man, so that now we can also be the low man in other people's lives. Man, I pray this bless you guys today. Again, thank you guys so much for joining Face to Face today with myself and with the Recreation Church team. Listen, we love you guys so much. I pray, please come out. Come out this Sunday to Recreation Church, 1196 South Lumpkin Street in Athens, Georgia. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a great time of fellowship and the word. And then next Sunday will be our last Sunday of the year. And it is going to be an ugly sweater Christmas Sunday. And you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have all of the Christmas cookies. If you've been to RC on a Sunday, you know that one of our amazing worship leaders, Savante, he brings cookies almost every Sunday. So I'm sure we'll have crumble cookie there this Sunday and next. And it's going to be just a great time. So come on out, join us for this Sunday and next Sunday. 2 more Sundays left until we have an amazing Christmas break, and then we'll be back on January 1. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining us for this Thursday's edition of Face to Face, and we'll see you guys this Sunday.